all that crap used to take me days to do. Now I can throw it through AI. Okay. It'll take hours to do, if not minutes. And I can get to the shit that I like to do, which is the meat, which we're designers, we're creatives. We want to get to design, right? It helps us get there faster.
You're listening to the Angry Designer Podcast, where we help frustrated graphic designers crush all the industry BS and learn what it takes to charge what you're worth and build badass, rewarding careers.
In this episode, we're calling out the fear and flipping the script on AI for designers. It's not as bad as it's all cracked up to be. You're going to learn why AI isn't actually here to replace you, but take a lot of the bull off your plate. How using AI the right way is going to level up your process and make you unstoppable, and why the future designer isn't just about making things look great, but it's about owning the entire creative process. Also, want to give everybody an update that our official newsletter called Anger Management for Graphic Designers has officially launched. So head over to our website and sign up to receive weekly motivational ideas, stories, tips, and well, who knows what else is going to come in the next little while, because we're kind of winging it and we're kind of giving you what you're asking for. So grab yourself a coffee, stay focused on that road, or hunker down and get to work, because we're about to show you why AI was made for designers.
Cheers to that. Now that's a good start.
That is a great start.
Cheers, my boy.
Yes, cheers.
What do we have? Oh, we are having, okay, so a couple weeks ago, we had a bourbon called Whistleback. Well, no, Whistle Pig Piggyback bourbon, right? That was the bourbon that we got. And that was when we ordered out of country.
Oh, that was out of country.
Or sorry, no, out of state. Out of province. Yeah, because we ordered that when we were, and then in the exclusive, or like this expensive area that was all checkered off, I saw this bad boy, and it was like, they also make a whiskey.
This is a whiskey.
So this is the same company, but this is the whiskey instead of the bourbon.
I wish we could A/B test that.
Oh, that's a good A/B test.
Yes.
That's something. So, I mean, it still looks very cool. The design is exactly the same, except the colors are a little different. And where it used to say bourbon, it said whiskey.
Yes.
I mean, again, I'm curious, and it's like whiskey aged to 6 years in new American oak barrels. And again, whiskey, bourbon, like they're all very close. And I know there's some little differences between them. I am a bourbon fan more so than whiskey, but I love me some good whiskey. So let's see what we got, buddy.
Cheers. All right.
Love that smell. Ooh. What does that mean? Oh, that's nice. That's just so smooth. I don't know. You're liking that? I don't know if you liked it as much as I did.
It's not bad.
It's spicy.
It's got a spicy taste to it.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Where'd that come from?
Yes.
It's funny. It's like, it almost makes you feel like you're a little sick in the throat, because you're like,
no, it's loosening the phlegm. It's like,
this is what they would give to little kids when they had colds and flus back 50 years ago.
Exactly.
No, it
helps you sleep and clear your phlegm. Yeah, it's
smooth,
pretty good, actually.
But it does have a sharp little spice.
There's a weird
kick,
spicy thing in there.
I don't exactly know how to explain that. Like, almost like the same kind of spices you'd get from like a cinnamon heart or something, right?
Yes.
Like in the back of the throat.
Yes. Oh my God. It's like I guess maybe in time for Halloween.
Yes. Yeah, you know what? I definitely like the bourbon a lot more than this one.
The bourbon was better. Wasn't it?
Yes. This might actually, I can't see myself sneaking some of these during the week after work, John. I'm just going to be honest, John.
I wouldn't put it past you.
Depends what kind of day I've had.
Exactly. Right? This is true.
Unlike, so I was like shocked. Just when you thought, you were free and clear from AI, just when you thought this morning, I was catching up on some of my AI news and stuff, and I follow somebody called Matt Wolf. He's awesome. He's always talks about AI on YouTube. I love watching his stuff, right? And he was showing this new tool that's just released. I believe it's a Google product called Notebook LM. Okay.
Notebook LM.
And it was able to create a co-hosted podcast between a dude and a girl. Okay, or at least what this sounded like. And it sounded so real that if I was to play it for you, you would be like, what the fuck? And the crazy thing is, it's not like you actually give it a topic to write about. Like the whole premise of this Notebook LM is you basically have this folder that you put all this information that you research, right, all in one contained area. Like let's say you've got a PDF on a giant, something like a legal topic that is so thick and hard to understand.
Yep.
And then you've got a couple court cases and you gather it, and then you've got it news clippings, right? You put all these things in this folder.
Yeah.
Okay. And it summarizes it for you. And the one example is it summarizes it into a podcast.
Oh,
and this dude and this girl have the conversation about just everything that's summarized in this. It was unbelievable.
Wow.
And I thought we'd be safe. I'm like, oh yeah, who's going to take? Now, granted, they sounded a little vanilla, but they were charming. Like, I mean, they were.
But here's the thing though. Like sometimes like I like the reels on Instagram, right? And you can tell right off the bat when they have in the Roman destiny times. And I'm just like, give me a break. And they can't even pronounce the fucking words.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It drives me mental.
It was insane. So this one was so realistic that if I didn't tell you it was, you'd listen and be like, yeah, they sound all right. Like they're okay. Okay, they're not as crazy as verbose as, and what's the word? Entertaining or as loud as we are expressive. But for better or for worse. But it was shocking how fucking incredible it sounded, right? Like it was, and this is, so, I mean, again, it's coming now, can it replace what we're doing? Well,
yes.
I mean, but okay.
Yeah.
See you guys. Come next week.
It certainly can, but is it going to have the feel, the heart?
Yeah, good point.
You know what I mean?
That's it.
That's the key.
It won't have that human touch.
No.
Right.
Exactly.
And you're right. So when it comes, I agree with you. And I think that people will understand that difference, right? Because it's like, it's that little bit of soul that we put into it.
Yes.
That makes the difference.
Right. And the creativity that how you talk and what you talk about, and the passion that you, like an AI coming for you with the passion. No, it will never.
I'd be scared. That AI would blow up the whole damn world, I tell you. But I mean, you have to give it credit though. Like it sounds incredible.
Yeah.
And I mean, you see the videos, the AI videos that are coming out.
It's pretty amazing.
It's fucking incredible.
Yeah.
They are so lifelike. I mean, like there's it just mind blowing. They're doing AI's doing vector based stuff, illustrations, images, music. Okay, it's doing music and it sounds incredible. Like you can make your own. You can remove tracks from real songs. It's kind of coming in a way, but I don't think it's coming in. I still don't believe it's coming in a bad way.
No,
I still believe, to this day that it's removing all the inefficiencies, right? But I think that, when designers focus on that end product so much, I think we all know that it's not actually going to replace us per se. Everybody says the same thing, right?
Yeah.
But they don't actually know what the hell they mean by this.
Yeah, you're right.
And this is what I'm finding more and more. Like, okay, there's no question. Can AI create a really cool looking logo? Well, yeah.
Sort of, maybe, yes.
It's kind of flat. It's kind of this. It's kind of that, right? But I mean, again, it's capable of that end product, okay? But that's not our process. And that's not a designer's process. Isn't just creating that end product. There's so much more to what we do. Right. That it's not just about that end product. And often that's what everybody's comparing it to, just like that end movie reel or just that, that end music song, right? Like there's so much more that goes behind the scenes that people don't realize, right? And again, I think even AI doesn't realize that, okay?
Right.
But then it's like, so, okay, we've seen this. And I think everybody is like, okay, they take comfort in like, okay, it's not going to replace the design. It's designers who use AI that's going to replace designers. This is what we've been saying from the start. And apparently the rest of the world is too.
Yeah, good.
But I have talked to so many designers and I'm like, sir, are you using AI yet? And they're like, no, not yet. I mean, I'm kind of dabbling in it. And I'm just like, and it's not one, it's not two. It's a lot of designers.
Really?
That I'm like, okay, well, why? Well, yeah, I'm playing with it and this and that, right? And it's coming to the point where it's like, people are saying that it seems like they're scared that if they start using it, they're going to become reliant on it, right? And it's going to make them dumber. And that's a legitimate dumber. And sometimes I would, because I mean, again, hey, I profess I use that shit all the time.
Yeah.
Right. I help, for brainstorming or for ideation or for proposals or just like, rewriting a paragraph that I'm, struggling with. I'm using it all together. Right. But then it made me start thinking, right? Well, could they be onto something? And is this a fear that designers are having that, yeah, we recognize that the design portion is capable. It's pretty powerful there, but there's that other side, are we not using it because we fear that we're going to become reliant on it too much and use it as a crutch?
Well, you remember Quark and when InDesign came out and all that and the Adobe Suite and all these programs, did that kill our creativity?
It absolutely
did not.
Yeah, you're right.
It's just another. This is like somebody has come along in the design world and given you a round object that you can roll.
Yeah,
like look, I call it a wheel.
And they're like, oh, I don't know if I want to get used to that wheel.
I don't know, Fag. Are you sure that's...
It might be too good for the truth,
exactly,
right?
yes.
No, but you like
it's going to help us.
Well, yeah, but the apprehension that, because sometimes I do wonder if I'm relying on it. Can I think for myself? Can I still, use my own thoughts and such, right? And like to your point about the wheel and Quark Express, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Maybe a lot of people may not understand Quark Express, right? And then of course, you go back further, innovations replace people, like the press, made scribers think, oh my God, it's going to spread evil. It's not going to be good. And,
yes.
And the automation, it removed like laborsmen, right? Like in the factories.
But what did it do? Sorry to cut you off there. No. The printed press, the printed word created entire generation of people that could learn to read.
Absolutely, it did, right?
Who never had before.
Yeah, you're right. Right? And again, that's
a pretty big one.
It made the process more efficient.
That's right.
Okay.
Yes.
And and then even okay, we can't really ever understand the world prior to a printing press, right? Or prior to this, right? That
clue.
But the closest I think innovation that we can talk about in the graphic design realm is in the 80s, okay, when Apple started, mid 80s, early 90s, when Apple started getting out there, right?
Yeah.
There was a big revolt against graphic designers, some of which we know very well, like the Paul Rands and the Vignales of the world who did things the old way. And they thought that this whole, Adobe software that's coming in was going to turn all these unskilled designers, into lazy photocopiers, right? They believed that this software was going to kill, the true art and design, right? There's going to be no more true artistry and craftsmanship in graphic design.
Yeah.
And that was in the 80s and 90s. This is the only design that graphic designers know nowadays.
Yeah.
And I would argue that it hasn't hurt the industry. It has excelled it. It has propelled it to whole new levels.
Yes.
And again, we take for granted now what the big struggle was back then. Right. But again, just to your point about printing, about automation and stuff, right? It's not necessarily that it's replacing, it's making things more efficient.
Yes.
Okay.
Finding efficiencies.
And it seems like that's what technology does time and time again, is it helps find and create these efficiencies.
Yes.
So I was at my kid's parkour class because my kid is cool and takes
parkour.
A class.
Holy shit.
He takes a class on how to parkour. He doesn't go in the park and do it and hurt himself. We make sure that
that's probably good.
Put him in this urban, safe environment with spray painted walls with good positive messages, and he's bouncing around on padded surfaces.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
But it is at least it's active.
Yes.
But I talked with one of the other fathers there, and again, he's brilliant guy, he's a brilliant programmer. And we've kind of become friends throughout all this, right? And we were talking about AI and about this whole process, and I genuinely told him, I said, my concern is I'm using AI so much. I'm concerned that it's making me dumber. And I even said that to him, right? I said, I'm concerned that now I'm relying on it too much. Maybe these people are right, because I told them this conflict. I'm talking to all these designers. They're not using it yet.
Yeah.
They're worried. And I'm like questioning my whole morality of like, shit, am I screwing myself here?
Wow.
And he's like, you know what? But he said something that was actually brilliant. Of course, leave it to a fucking engineer to say something like this.
God, okay.
Brilliant guy. No, and he was like, whoever doesn't use new technology like AI, won't be efficient in the future. And their lack of efficiency is going to make them lose their edge.
Right.
He was like, don't worry about not using it. He's like, what it comes down to is it's not the tool that's going to replace the people, but it's the people who use the tool best are the ones that are going to excel.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And it really made me think about like it comes down to who uses it better in the end, because it's here to stay.
Yeah.
And he's like, whether or not it makes you dumber or not in that one purpose, right? It's a tool that's helping you get through a new level of process.
Yes.
And then, it's just like, it just blew my mind, this conversation. And it just made me realize that there is nothing wrong with this. This is the future, like it or not.
Yeah.
And the way I'm using it and the way we're recommending everybody use it is a do or die situation, right?
Yep.
It's honestly,
helps.
hey,
it helps. It these things that you're going to point out later on, helps so much. And why would anybody not want help?
Right. And again, and it's true, right? Because again, if you're avoiding AI as a designer,
you're doing yourself a disservice.
You're holding yourself back.
You are.
From evolving to the next level of designer.
Yeah.
Okay. Because what I realized is there is this AI crossroads, like it or not. Okay. And this is, I think, where the struggle is coming down to for designers. Okay. Because the crossroads is, at the intersection, is efficiency and authenticity.
Ooh,
and I think
this
is where I feel we are struggling with this, right? Because now it's like, are we being authentic if it's helping us get this information, right? Am I being authentic by, like having it do up this email, having it help me with this proposal? It's this intersection, I think, that it actually people are struggling with the most.
Right.
And I think what we need to realize, go ahead.
I was just going to say, this is such a great metaphor, because the metaphor of the crossroads is Robert Johnson went down, sold his soul to the devil to become the greatest guitar player there is.
That's right.
So the devil is AI in this scenario, right?
Oh, don't say that. Oh my God.
But no, the devil taught him how to play guitar. AI taught him how to play guitar better than everybody else.
Oh yeah.
Does it work that way or no? Maybe not. Okay,
you just took it to another level, dude. I feel horrible all over again.
No. He used what was available.
But I mean, again, this whole notion about like the struggles that we're feeling is not that it makes us dumber, but I think it's like are we actually being true anymore? Are we relying on AI to do our creativity for us? And this is where I think designers need to get over this hump,
right?
And realize that the AI is only enhancing, not replacing the creative process. Because while, we tend to focus on that end product, it's the process and everything else that leads up to it is where we can get so much help with AI.
Yes.
Okay. So, efficiency. Okay. What AI should handle that makes a graphic designer's life more efficient. Okay. Well, research and discovery.
Oh, Jesus.
Fuck me.
This alone is worth the price of admission to AI.
I know, because how long? Okay, even with Google.
This is where I was going with it. Yes.
So, okay, actually, I believe it or not, ZenFactor is so old that we used to do research and discovery before Google. Because Yahoo was the search engine. Yeah, we would. We would go to magazines. We would learn about stuff at periodicals. We would, right? Because back then there was no Google. There was Yahoo.
I know.
Which is pretty bad. But I mean, it was what there was at the time.
Yes.
Okay. And we would, and then fine, Google came up, and even as of a few years ago, right? Google's a pain in the ass.
Google is the worst. Google is the fucking worst thing you could. I ask it stuff I asked it today,
Yes.
and dear readers, dear listeners, if you could help me with this, I'm clicking on something on Illustrator. You know your homepage.
Yep.
You click on it. Like I have to click on it 50 times before it fucking opens. It drives me nuts.
Lately, no, it must be a glitch because it's doing that to me too. Must be.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I asked Google if what's going on with this, and it took me into the stupidest
Oh my God.
corners of the world, and I'm like, this is useless. This is absolutely useless to me now. I don't even search with Google anymore.
Dude,
and I'm sure you do the same thing.
Well, okay. Well, first off, if you have a question about Illustrator and you have a problem, don't use Google. Call James Bernard. James Bernard knows everything about AI, about Illustrator AI. Okay?
That's right. I'll
give our friend down under a call.
The White Wizard. I will call him. Yes.
White Wizard. But I mean, okay. In all fairness, everything from gathering industry data, data on the product, personas. When you would do this in Google, okay, granted, it might have been more efficient than scouring the world, going to libraries, periodicals. Okay, it was, but it would still be a process, and it would take a long process to start building out these personas, going out, doing interviews, collecting all this data. It was a process. So AI, to make you more efficient, can now do all that process in an hour too, if you don't know what you're doing, right? Regrettably, it does a pretty fucking good job at copywriting and strategy if you know what to ask and what you're looking for. Okay. And I mean, and I'm not suggesting that it's going to replace copywriters. However, copywriters who aren't using AI, I think are going to be in a lot of trouble.
Are going to be hurting.
Okay. Unfortunately. But again, this now can help draft headlines, body copies, different kinds of call to actions. It can help create briefs, which is great because you can now, instead of trying to make a brief so articulate and make sure you make it sound good so people don't think you're an idiot, you can just say it in your speak. This is what I'm looking for. This is the end product. This is who you can make it as brutal as you want, and it will output it in a great, easy to read format, highlighting the most important points that you even fucking forgot. Right? Like unfucking believable. So again, do you want to spend a day writing a creative brief or an hour having this create the most perfect, best creative brief you've ever seen?
Exactly.
Okay. So again, efficiency, right? Your job in that situation isn't to write the brief anymore. It's to make sure that it delivers the right tone, the right voice, right? But I mean, that's besides the point. We're talking about efficiencies here. Okay.
Right.
And now a word from our sponsor.
All right, designers, let's cut the bull. How many times have you had a killer website design only to watch it fall apart because of code or developer telling you no? Or maybe you've held back from web design altogether thinking it's just too complicated and too technical or totally out of your wheelhouse. Either way, it's time for a change. Wix Studio is designed for designers, removing the barriers that limits your designs. Whether you're tired of developers watering down your ideas or too intimidated by the technical side of web, Wix Studio puts the creative power back in your hands. No code required. With a drag and drop interface that feels designer intuitive, plus no code animations and even AI powered tools, you can create fully custom websites that match your vision. Every pixel, every detail. And if you're worried about the learning curve, don't be. Wix Studio is designed to feel as intuitive as your favorite design tools. Some designers here even say more so. That means you can jump right in and focus on what you do best, designing badass, brand-aligned websites that'll take your business to the next level. So whether you've had enough of developers holding you back or you're ready to finally step into web design, check out wixstudio.com and take control. That's wixstudio.com. Go and take back web design for graphic designers.
Number 3, wireframing, information architecture.
It'll do this now.
Dude,
wireframing.
I was, so again, a couple days ago, and today somebody else reminded me of it. Got this new software that it will actually help. It will analyze current website. Okay, it will provide you with not only the existing information architecture, the sitemap of a website, right? But then it'll also propose a better strategy based on its competitors, what's missing, what's out there. Dude, this
That's
would
tight.
take us days to do.
Yes.
And now within an hour or two of inputting the right information, you've got, something that literally a team of people would do. And again, it's just, that's efficiency to me, right? And then same with wireframing. Okay, the wireframing software is still pretty new and crude, but the reality is most of the UXers I know create really shitty wireframes to begin with.
You're right.
Right? They're not like, there are some brilliant wireframes out there, the people who do it right,
Mm-hmm.
but on a whole, the people who just do it don't do it very well.
Yes.
And this is doing it at that caliber.
Wow.
So, who's to say that, so
That's
again,
huge.
it's massive, dude. It is speeding up that whole technical side, of the build process, right? And then, again, I profess to this and I hate to admit to it, but it is an incredible brainstorming partner.
Mm-hmm.
It is like somebody that you can brainstorm with and you could diss its ideas. You don't have to worry about offending anybody. You don't have to worry about, you're an idiot. That was dumb. No, not the you don't have to worry about any of that. You are just.
You don't talk to Chad like that, do you? I hope.
I don't. I'm very polite to Chad.
Good.
I genuinely believe that if you're polite to AI now, when they take over the world, they're going to remember
They'll have a
you.
place for you.
But the reality is, it's like oftentimes I've been in brainstorming sessions where people would get offended if you didn't take their idea.
And
you couldn't disagree with them.
Yes. Some people are laser focused on things. You know what I mean?
Push their idea.
And they want that idea. And because they argue best, they will win.
Yes, and that's so true.
Yes.
Where, these tools are fantastic because they will actually give you, a
Back
critical
and forth.
point of view,
Yeah.
right? You ask, which would be, look, don't fucking agree with me. And I've had that chat a couple times with chat. I'm like, you're not here to agree with me.
Yeah.
You're here to give me a completely opposite, different point of view and argue it out with me. And it will. So, these are the things, again, so for brainstorming wise, it's just a fantastic tool.
That's awesome.
So these are ways how it can create efficiency because all that crap used to take me days to do. Now I can throw it through AI. Okay. It'll take hours to do, if not minutes. And I can get to the shit that I like to do,
Right.
which is the meat and which we're designers, we're creatives. We want to get to design, right? It helps us get there faster.
Yes.
Okay. So those are the efficiencies. Okay. Where designers, need to keep the authenticity of this work. Okay. So this is where we must stay in control when it comes to AI, right? Is number one, the creative direction. Okay.
Right.
We need to maintain the creative direction. AI won't give us that.
No.
Okay. If we're dumb, we can try, but we need to maintain that we are now elevating ourselves from graphic designer to creative director.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Problem solving and our intuition. Okay. No matter what. Okay. Human intuition and problem solving. This is irreplaceable. Okay. And again, I don't know when in the future or if it'll ever get to the point where people can put those connections together because empathy is a huge part of this process. But it's up to us to get all those answers and take all the information that Chad's giving us and create and figure out what that problem is, right? That's our job. That's how we keep it authentic. Okay.
Yes.
And of course, by noticing cultural nuances, by creating that emotional connection. Okay. AI doesn't understand that, right? Well, this is where designers shine. So that's where, designers add authenticity to the process.
Yes.
So these crossroads, okay, we need to accept the fact that AI is there and it's going to make our lives more efficient.
Yes.
But that battle that we have about making authentic, we have that control right now with AI and hopefully forever.
Yes.
Okay. Hopefully forever, right?
Dun, 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 dun,
But
dun.
again, I think I'll be back.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think where we need to do is we need to stop focusing on whether AI can out-design us, because that's generally where that conversation goes, right? And because again, what it does design is at a very surface level. It's nowhere near as deep as we are, right? We should be asking how AI can take our design process to the next level.
Right.
Okay.
Not the actual work.
No, the research that again, and what people forget.
This is the thing.
Our process is not sitting down blank and just starting to draw, right? look at like I watch people like Christy and James and Will and they're constantly they show you all the words that they create to describe the customer,
the briefs that they have and all that. Yes,
right?
It's crazy.
Like again, writing that out is time consuming, but being able to now bounce some of these and creating a little bit more of a streamlined process using tools like this can help streamline that process, help expedite that process, create a more efficient. And now it's like you're spending a third the time doing that versus 3/4 of the time, and then you can jump into the part that really gets us charged up.
Yes, exactly.
Right? So,
with all your research and everything that you have from AI, to armed with this to do the job as best you can.
You know what? It's like, it's not our job in the future, even right now, right? To like, I don't even know where I was going with this one.
Oh,
Sean.
No.
I think my mouth is moving faster than my brain. Holy cow. But I mean,
want me to ask chat what you were thinking? Yeah.
But the reality is the days of, I do remember people always going on by like, well, that's not my job. I'm just a graphic designer. That's not my job. But what is going to happen is our role as designers are going to change in the future.
Yeah.
Absolutely are going to change in the future.
It's changing now.
Absolutely it's changing now, right? And what this is doing is it's empowering us to be super fucking designers. Okay.
Yes.
We are going to be like the conductor in an orchestra. Okay. But instead of, conducting all these, 100 different instruments to try to keep them in line and try them to do what we want, because it's our vision that people are coming to see. Sadly, they're coming to see the conductor, not the fucking people who are doing the work. Okay?
He's the boss. Yeah.
So now it's like legitimately that conductor has the power to not only have the vision in his mind, but control every one of those fucking instruments in the orchestra pit.
Right.
Okay. I'm sure he could spend the next 50, 60 years of his life learning every one of those instruments at an okay level where he could then, recite himself, record every one or this or that. But this would take him 50 fucking years to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Now AI is going to empower someone like him or the creative director, okay, which is where we need to start elevating and thinking of ourselves like to that next level where we now run the whole show. Okay. Wow. And then again, I know. And then it's kind of like
it's you are your own mini agency. It's essentially.
Yeah, essentially it will.
Because you're the creative director of all these things.
You're the whole fucking orchestra, buddy.
Like you think of that, like I wouldn't know. I've done wireframes, but it would take me a long time right now to do that. To go to a site and have that done for you with AI with the proper information in it, it's a huge time saver.
And again, you're right.
This is great.
And it'll do it to like a 70, 80%. Right. And that's the thing. Nobody ever shoots for 100% because that's fucking insane. Right. But it'll get it to a place that's probably better than you could have started from scratch.
Exactly. There you go.
Right?
Yes. Yeah. And obviously you're going to have to tweak it because have you ever done something out of Midjourney or something like that and said, oh, hey, that's perfect. Just like it is.
Never.
No, it doesn't happen.
We all know what my Midjourney story was about the Christmas book.
Right. Exactly. So and that's the creativity. That's why I don't understand why people would think you'd get stupid doing this. To me, it kind of makes you smarter because you have to talk to this thing now and you have to articulate what it is that you want, which I find is very difficult. My mind, kind of things float around in there. And then you end up doing it and just like, I don't know, I can't explain what I just did.
Yeah, it's so true. You're right.
You know what I mean? Like
it's just working.
There's an instinctual aspect to it.
Sort of. 100%. Yeah, absolutely 100%. But just with every design process, you go through your comps, you go through your research, you start over and this and that, right? And that's what it's. Is it dumber or is it just that they rely on it more and more, right?
I see what you're saying.
And it's and dumb is for it because often I've thought to myself, can I still think for myself? Because often I'm, if I'm stuck now. I don't go to Google anymore. So my Google is not making money off me anymore. Let me tell you.
Yes.
It's not making a fucking penny off me because now if I have a problem, okay, I will jump on chat and I'll be like,
and ask it
I got a problem. Straight up, I got a problem. Or what can you tell me? If something sounds janky, maybe I'll do some looking on, I'll cross-reference it with the net or another, element. I will go to another one, right? I've tried other ones. I just I've got a good relationship. I got a good thing going with Chat.
Chat's awesome.
I kind of have a crush on Chat.
I love Chat.
But it's like, it's true. It's not the reliant part, worries. But the thing is, again, it's now becoming a tool that, guess what? I'm not the only fucking person in the world who knows.
Nope.
And whether I feel I'm reliant on it or not, okay, really doesn't matter. My feelings don't matter in this. What matters is come, like Mr. Customer, when they're like, hey, I need a brief, and another agency comes in and they're using it, Chat, and they're using it better than me.
And they're going to get, hey, we'll do this a week ahead of the other joint.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right?
No. That is unacceptable in this time.
Absolutely.
People need things now.
Absolutely. That's the sad part.
Yeah.
It's, you know what, in my opinion, all said and done. Okay. And I was easing in. I've always been a fan. I've been a believer, but now more than ever. Okay. And I said this before, but now I believe that AI was fucking made for design. I am, and I believe that's what we titled this, unless the title turns into something else after editing. But, honestly, AI, in my opinion, was made for our space. We were all terrified of it before.
Yeah.
But, after going through everything, I have got 8 solid reasons why AI was made for fucking designers.
I think you're probably right. Because what was the biggest point for me?
Yes.
I think was DALL-E.
Yep.
Right? Remember when that came
Right.
out? That was kind of a big, and that did creative stuff, right? It didn't, give you a diagram of how to build a bridge.
Correct.
Or shit like that. I guess maybe if you wanted that, it could do that. But it was principally made for imagery and image based.
Yep, absolutely.
Right?
Text
so
to image.
I think you are probably correct on that. It was made for us, and we have embraced it.
Yep.
More so than I think anybody. I know friends of mine have kind of dabbled in it. You know what I mean?
And you guys have no idea what
non-designers
you're leaving behind.
even,
But how many other people? I introduced Chat to a friend of mine who has nothing to do with our space.
Right.
The dude, works for a roofing company and he's a quoter.
Oh my
and
God.
I
that would be
introduced
perfect.
Chat to him and he's like, how the fuck would I use this? I'm going to be on a roof and and he's a pretty rough guy. And he's like, I'm not going to fucking use this. What the fuck? What are you in it? He's not going to go up there and hammer. I'm like, dude,
by hand.
I'm like, you know what? You think what you want.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the roofing part. I go, how many proposals do you do in a single day? How long does every one of those projects? He goes, oh, what a pain in the ass. I got to write this. I got to do this. I got to do that. And he goes on about it. I'm like, dude, go to Chat. Go to Chat and ask it to do.
Yeah.
We talked about 6 months later. And not only has the guy been promoted, okay, he says it saves him. It's like he's like works 1 out of 5 days now. He's not even out on the yard and doing roof work anymore. And he goes, not only does it like do the work of the proposals for him, but it gets him new work because it also notices things. It's articulate, notices things, figures out other ways on how to actually spin his business. So it's like, you're, since you're doing your roof, you need to consider this, your eave troughs and this, and it does it all for him. He goes, dude, because I spend now, he goes, I'm like in it 15, 20 minutes of proposal.
Yeah.
I'm cranking them out. I'm getting bigger jobs, better jobs. We know what we're doing. He goes, it's changed the whole fucking business. And this is a roofing company. I'm serious.
That is great.
But okay,
yeah.
Let's think about for us,
Okay,
okay? Because
yeah,
again,
right.
I'm sure I can find you a million use cases for everybody. But
And there's probably not many roofers listening to us right now.
yeah, that was dead time. Damn it, what a waste. But anyway, 8 reasons, okay, why AI was made for designers. Okay.
Okay.
Number 1, AI handles all the tedious bullshit designers hate, so designers can focus on the fun stuff that they love.
Thank you.
That's number 1, right?
That's number 1.
Again, let's be real. AI can handle all the mind-numbing tasks like research, data crunching, proposals, pricing, even if you have to how to reword sentences or replies to stressful emails, okay? You get to get all that stuff done for you now. So you have time to focus on the stuff that actually matters to you, the stuff that's fulfilling.
Yes.
These are all things that we have to do, but we hate to do. And whether you're a freelancer, whether you're a business owner, and even if you're working just in-house of an agency, okay, that shit takes up so much time and people hate it, okay? Get onto Chat, get this stuff done. It will be a game changer for us.
Yes.
Because again, like tools like Chat and Midjourney and stuff means that you can like all of a sudden bypass all the bullshit and get to the creative stuff that makes you want to get up every single day.
Exactly.
Okay. Right. That alone. I mean, Done.
That's you could
Mic
end
drop.
that.
I could end it right there. There's 7 more.
But there's 7 more. Like, come
and
on.
This is why I believe it was made for us, man.
You're right.
Number 2, okay? AI speeds up the process, but you are still the fucking boss.
Ooh.
Okay? You are still the MFCEO, okay? The motherfucking CEO,
Yes.
okay? It helps you get the grunt work out of the way,
Yep.
but it doesn't make the decisions for you. It advises you, it might make recommendations, but you still make the final decision, okay?
Yep.
And it's your call on what the project turns out. It just helps you get there faster, okay? If you have 2 dilemmas and you have no idea which way to go, put them both in there and it will articulate outcomes. It will say probability, what will probably happen, what not. It can give you its recommendation. You still have the call though, okay? And this all of a sudden, a big decision that could take you days to do, now it can take you minutes to do. And there's a better chance that you're going to have a better outcome now thereafter.
Yes.
So again, anything from like user experience to, what platforms to cover, to softwares to cover, even like directions to go with a brand, it can help you. It'll give you 2 sides, 3 sides, 5 sides to every situation.
Right.
And you can still make that call to that final decision.
Right.
So again, you are still the creative director.
Yeah.
It's just the team that's giving you all the relevant information that you need to make that decision.
Yeah, and if you want to, like you said, if you want to make it like that crotchety senior designer in the meeting saying, giving you the opposite of what
Absolutely.
the counterpoint, then it'll do that too, right?
Also known as Sean.
Also known as the Sean in the meetings. Well, I don't think it should,
So I'm having some more of this spicy whiskey, Sean.
I think I'm going to pass.
Really, eh?
Yeah.
Why, the cinnamon flavor doesn't actually do you? We should reopen this up on Valentine's Day.
The Red Hearts flavor,
Red Hearts,
burning my, I have 50 of those. That's what it feels like.
All right, number 3.
Okay, number 3.
Number
Yes,
3.
Focus.
AI lets designers level the hell up.
Oh, here we go.
Okay. And that's massive. You can now step up and focus. You can now own strategy and big picture thinking and start making some real creative moves in the industry. So if you were just doing small level logos and such, right, this now can take your whole business to the next level. People who embrace this can now play at the same level as all these giant companies, okay, that have, or pretend to have all this data available to them. Well, guess what? Now you have that same fucking data too.
Yeah.
You are now that you can play with the big dogs now, and there's virtually nothing that they have that you don't.
Same
okay.
thing.
AI levels that playing field and you've just leveled yourself up. Now it's up to you how do you present yourself. That's all, right? It's giving you everything. So between brainstorming, ideation, strategy, branding recommendations, industry forecasts, okay, it can now gives you so much room to innovate, to present, to strategize yourself and your customer that there's no limit now to where you can take your level.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Number 4, okay, AI isn't replacing you. It's pushing you to evolve. And we said this earlier, okay? And this is a massive point, okay?
Yes.
So guess what? It's not going to take your fucking job away.
Nope.
Okay, this we know now, absolutely, right? But it is forcing you to go from being a pixel pusher to now a creative strategist, like it or not.
Yes.
We've always talked about, designers who burn out, designers who fall victim of ageism, isn't because they work too much, they get too tired, they have no more ideas left, they get too old. It's because they haven't evolved and stayed up to date. Exactly. Okay. So again, now face it, the days of us graphic designers just going in and doing designs and leaving copy to this and leaving strategy to that, that shit's gone, man.
Done.
Honestly, I'm seeing the end of that railway line and it's coming fast. Okay.
Yes, yep.
So it's not, it might be able to crank out more volume that you can. Okay. But the thing is the volume of logos and crap and this and that, it's never with substance.
No.
Okay. It's
No,
not,
it's
right?
not the same.
It doesn't have the depth and context that you have and you can
And
bring
the
to the
knowledge base.
table. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So again, this is all surface level shit. So, what it's doing for you, of course, is it's pushing you to take yourself to the next level and accept the fact that now you're going to be offering, a breadth of knowledge. You're going to understand more of the process. And guess what? That you have a fucking process.
Yes.
So you're not just a pixel pusher anymore.
Yeah.
Like it or not, this is going to make you that conductor of the orchestra. It's going to make you that maestro. Okay. Yeah. So what the hell is your orchestra going to be playing, dude? Is it going to be playing like that Jurassic Park recorder sound on YouTube? Or is it going to be the full orchestra Jurassic Park version?
Yes, make that choice. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Number 5, okay? AI is a creative, collaborative partner. Not a competitor. Okay. And people need to remember this. This is why it's a beautiful fucking tool.
Yep.
It's not working against us. It's working for us. It's an assistant, the smartest assistant in the world that never gets tired of pleasing you.
Yes.
Okay. It's always there. Be rude, be friendly, tell it you love it, tell it you hate it, talk shit to it because you have an inferiority complex. It doesn't care.
Exactly.
It absolutely doesn't, right? Like it basically, it'll constantly keep giving you more ideas, more directions, new ideas, new directions. And it's up to you. It's not here to outshine you. It is here to make you look like a super fucking rock star. Okay.
Yep.
It can come up with a ton of different designs. It's still up to you to choose those designs.
Yep.
Okay. And run with them thereafter. But the thing is, it'll do it tirelessly. And it doesn't even ask for thank you. That's the sad part. It should.
It should, yeah. I always thank it, though.
Oh, my God. I ask it how its morning's going.
You get right deep.
Oh, dude. I think I've got a great relationship. Number 6, okay. There's no question that AI cranks up your efficiency to levels that you have no idea, were even possible.
Big time.
But it's up to you to bring the authenticity to it.
Yes.
Okay. So again, it's doing the work for you. You just have to make it real. Okay. That's the difference. It's spitting out the results, but without your human touch, right? It's all noise. There's no soul to it.
There's no soul to it.
So it is, you're the one who gives a design its authenticity and emotion. So people need to remember that. Okay.
Yep.
It might generate 20 layouts, but you're the one that actually figures out which one of those layouts, has the human touch that you need for your campaign, for your vision, for what the client's looking for. Okay.
Yes.
Number 7, okay. It gives you infinite exploration without killing your time. Okay. How much time is spent? Okay. Let's face it, deadlines suck.
Yeah.
And when you've got a deadline and you need like a week's worth of ideation, mood boards, this, that, dude, it's killer. Okay. This allows you to explore so many directions in minutes, okay? Ideas in less time. You can pump out, you can explore outrageous concepts that you wouldn't have had time to do before.
Exactly.
And it can do it now in a fraction of the time. You still meet your deadlines. You've explored things that you maybe didn't have time to do before. Now you can, and they could end up being like huge masterpieces.
Yes.
Okay? So it can pump out variations, right? Letting you explore more possibilities in the same amount of time that you would have had otherwise.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And last but not least, it gives you real-time feedback so you can iterate faster. And this is the scary thing, okay? We all know waiting for feedback from a customer sucks.
Oh, yes.
Fucking sucks. AI now has the capability to take a look at your design, take a look at it, and actually give you feedback based on design principles, okay? Based on the criteria for your job. It can give you opinions on your headline. It is a person that can give you unfiltered feedback that you can accept or tell to fuck off. Okay? Unlike a customer, it's not going to hate you and fire you in this case, okay? But the thing is, it gives you all this real site insights and data. So whether it's an ad, okay, believe it or not, a logo, wireframes, websites, okay, ads, flyers, you name it. If you say what the objective is of what you're trying to create and you present it to it, it will actually give you good, solid feedback, probably better feedback than anybody else can give you, including your customer.
Wow.
I hate to say it. So by the time you get to your customer, you can actually present something that, okay, maybe you don't have to agree with all of AI's feedback, but it gives you enough data. If the customer comes back with the same information, you're prepared for it.
Yeah. You look like a rock star.
Dude, these are 8 solid reasons why I genuinely believe that AI was made for designers.
Yep.
And I honestly think that if people need to stop being fearful
Yeah.
that AI is going to make them dumber or make them, become reliant on it. And, I don't want to lose my creative edge. You guys got to shake this out of your system because again, it's not about you. It's not, it is about you.
It is about you. It is about you.
But it's not about that part of your capabilities.
Right.
Like this is not about, I'm going to be dumber.
Yeah.
This is, I'm going to be better in other areas that still allow me to be creative in the future. We still get to do what we love and what we want to do.
Yep.
It's just, wow, is this going to supercharge that shit?
One of the awesome parts of what our job is learning.
Oh my God, yeah.
And this is kind of one of those opportunities that we have that we could learn a new skill or a new tool or something like that, right? This is something that needs to be embraced.
Yep.
We can learn from this. I don't understand. To me, I think stuff that I have sent out has fewer changes when it comes back because of chat.
Yeah.
Because I now know that instead of looking at Google for something, I can ask chat, hey, what would be a good headline or what would be a good tag for this or good
how
image?
To make it tighter.
How
right.
You know what I mean? And then it comes back. The client's like, that's it. That's kind of what I was looking for.
Yeah.
This is great. This is a great tool for that kind of thing.
Dude.
It kind of narrows your focus. It's challenging for sure. I think you've taken it to a lot
to a
easier
different level,
than I have.
But you're right though. It's only challenging because you started using, but even in your, and I don't mean this to be disrespectful, but even in your infancy of AI experience,
it's still far and away better than
it's like it's like you popped out of the womb and were already able to run. Not even walk.
That's right. I was running.
You didn't have to worry about that bullshit first couple years.
This is true. It's helped just with scratching the surface on this.
And the shit that you can get to so deeper is phenomenal in that case, honestly.
Absolutely crazy.
So, the key takeaways from this episode that really, we need to focus on is you guys need to absolutely stop fearing using AI and start adapting it. Because again, it's not making you dumber. It's not making you more reliant on it. It is becoming the most powerful tool in your toolbox. And without it, you won't be able to compete. Okay. You need to, you will, number two, gain efficiency unlike ever. Okay. Those proposals gone. Okay. Like for those hard to say emails. Hey, chat, give me 3 hard to respond emails. Here's what, I have to respond about, right?
Yeah.
Boom, done. Like, how do I, say this, do that? Like, it will help you. So again, the efficiency gains, let alone brainstorming and everything else. Okay. And last but not least, whether you want to admit it or not, okay, the future of a designer is going to change, and the expectations that are going to be placed on us are going to be a lot more than they are now. These designers who think that they just can go in, clock in, do one design because that's all they're being paid to do, and go, dude, those days are gone. People are going to expect more because everybody's going to have access to this. So learn how to be the maestro of your own orchestra.
Yes.
Okay. And learn how to get all those aspects working for you. And this is how it's going to happen.
And think of that too. If you're the maestro and you don't have to pay the band anymore. So you can get all that money yourself. It's like, why am I playing this flautist, paying this guy, $100 a night for a gig? I can do that. I can make his money.
Absolutely right. You don't
This
have to
is a
sit there
revenue
and
stream
pass
for you.
on those savings to the customer. They don't need to know that
They don't need to know.
Yes.
I'm working with an orchestra. Yes, I am.
Yes, of course, right?
Because it sounds like it.
It's exactly it.
Yeah, it's huge. Like just the kind of extra money that you can make by being, scratching the surface with this kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The wireframe, that really hit me. That hit me like, holy shit. Like that's a big process.
It's a big process, and it'll do all the heavy lifting, the thinking, the thought process, and it doesn't just pull it out of its ass.
No.
Here's the brilliant part. It pulls it from data.
Like this is something that we aren't necessarily capable of. We know what a good website is, but
of course.
It's going to be scouring the dark corners and figuring out, this works better over here. Like it's amazing. Why wouldn't anybody want to use that?
Why wouldn't anybody want to do this?
Doesn't make any sense to me.
It was made for designers. And honestly, I challenge all of you to start this shit, pick it up, get on there right now. After this, okay, Here's the challenge.
Yeah.
After this podcast,
Yep.
what I want you all to do, go to ChatGPT and ask it to write a killer fucking review for the Angry Designer podcast. And, let's test the waters. Go to Apple, paste it in there. Go to Spotify, paste it in there. Let's see what chat can do. Just saying. And start with, I've just got the best podcast in the world called the Angry Designer Podcast. All right.
I like it, except that fat guy who doesn't say anything.
What about that loud one who doesn't shut up? I get it. Extrovert. Fine. Pull it back.
Yeah, do we want to know? Maybe? I don't know. I'm kind of curious.
All right, everybody, listen. I sincerely hope that you guys got something really good out of this because I am so passionate about this. It is continuing to evolve our business, and this is evolving our business after when I figured we hit a plateau that we weren't going to do anymore. So shit, this is making a difference for me. It'll make a difference for you. I think everybody right now who is not going to be jumping on this train is going to be being left out way behind.
Yes.
So please get on Chat, get on Midjourney, start exploring what is out there, start easy and start building it into your system.
Yes,
and,
exactly.
And you will be amazed if you haven't already. And just give in to the fact that it is not going to make you any less of a designer. It is going to turn you into a super fucking designer. All right.
Yeah.
You know where to find us on our website. Hit us up on Instagram. Please, leave us your join our newsletter. We're trying to get a newsletter going. We'll be starting it shortly. I do want to get, more of your information, more of your emails and get a bigger following. So please hit us up and follow us on there. And by all means, share us with people that you love and hate, but mostly love.
Mostly love.
All right. With that being said, my name is Massimo.
My name is Sean.
Stay creative.
Stay angry.
And don't forget to go to Chat and ask for a review. Peace.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits, I'm losing shit. A stupid myth, you choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.